everyone, it's Shauna, and these are my tips on how to survive dorm life. So these are essentially some things that I figured out over the past year of living in a dorm that you really need in order to make your stay comfortable. The first thing that I would recommend bringing are underbed storage containers. I like these ones. They're from Target. These ones are nice because you can organize things better. I find the ones that are really big, I don't know, I mean, I'm sure they work for some people, but these are good because you can section things off and it makes finding things a lot easier. So I had 8 storage bins. I had 6 under my bed, 1 under my desk, and 1 in my closet. In my first bin, which was actually this one, I had backup products. So anything that I was worried I was going to run out of during the year, I bought at the beginning of the year or over Christmas break, and I put them in here. And so if I ran out of a toothpaste or a conditioner or a makeup powder, I could go in here and grab it, and even if it was in the middle of exams, I wouldn't have to worry about going out to the mall or something and grabbing it. And it just made everything way easier and more convenient. In my next storage bin, I had food. So any little snacks or anything that I wanted during the year, I put under there, and it was obviously easily accessible. I had granola bars that I just bought like a big box from Costco, and if I was running late to class, which was essentially every day, I could just reach under there, grab one, and go. And the next storage bin was cups and mugs. I brought way more than I needed. You probably only need like 1 cup and 1 mug. I have this that I use every day for water, but there's also ones just for other beverages, and then mugs if you want to make hot chocolate or something like that is really nice. In my next bin, I had feminine products. So obviously if it was that time of the month, I could just reach under there and grab something. In the next one, I had laundry supplies. So I just kept my detergent and my fabric softener, my dryer sheets, the little linen bags that you can throw like sweaters and stuff in. All of those I kept in one, and that was good as well because things leaked a little bit. And finally, in the last bin that was under my bed, I kept my kitchen supplies. So I came with a plate and a bowl. Didn't touch those once. It's just nicer to go to the caf, honestly. Like, it's kind of a hassle to have to go to the bathroom and wash your dishes. So those I didn't touch. Honestly, the whole bin I didn't really touch that much. My dish soap I kept out. And then I also had like a cutting board, a knife, some plastic baggies, just that kind of stuff kept in there. In the storage bin under my desk, I kept naturally some desk supplies. I just had extra papers and anything like that I would need it. One of the things I had in that was this, and this is a folder that just keeps my construction paper. This is colored, actually scrapping paper from Michaels, and this I used, I would make letters for our door. We also had some inside of our room, and I would do those seasonally because, you know, what else am I gonna do with my time? And anytime I did birthdays, and so if we needed to decorate a door, I could use this. It was just really nice to have at our disposal if I ever wanted to do something a bit artistic. Then finally, in the last storage bin that was in my closet, I just had extra shoes. And so I had a pair of running shoes and some flats and some sandals in there. Honestly, I didn't go in there that much, but it was nice to have just in case I did. And because of the bin, it was kept compact, and it was just on top of my closet shelf if I needed it. Next up, I would recommend bringing a kettle. Obviously, you need to make sure that you're allowed to do this, but if you are, it's really convenient. I found it a bit expensive if you wanted to go to the caf and get hot chocolate or something, and so I was able to do that in my room. I just had a big tin of hot chocolate from Costco that I used, and yeah, anytime I just wanted some, I would make it. I also brought tea with me. Whatever floats your boat. Next up, and this is actually really important, I would recommend bringing a file folder with all your important documents. I have this one, again from Target, and I have all of my things that the university sent me, any of my acceptance letters. I have my first year calendar, which tells you what courses to take, and I actually did reference back to that quite a few times during the year. Now that I'm in a rental, I have my rental agreement. Really just anything that you're worried that you're going to need throughout the year, it's nice to be able to have that. It's kept compact, it's safe, and it's easily accessible if you need it. The next thing that I would recommend bringing are Christmas lights. This has kind of become a norm in dorm rooms, but it is incredibly useful, not even just pretty. If one roommate was sleeping and one roommate was doing work still, just plug in the Christmas lights and you'd still be able to see everything. But the other person, it was low enough that you could go to sleep. And in addition to that, they set a really nice mood. If we had people in the room, then it just created a really nice atmosphere. With my Christmas lights, I put individually cut strips of tulle on the wire, and that way, even when they're not lit, they still look really pretty. And when they are, it creates a really nice glow as well. Next up, I would recommend bringing a dish drying mat. Ours was just a cream colored mat that we kept on our windowsill. And anytime we used a mug and needed it washed or a cup or whatever, we just wash it and place it on there. A lot of times they were left for extended periods of time because who really cares? And yeah, it was just something, obviously, if you just wash your dishes, you don't want to leave it just sitting there wet. So it was nice to have a mat to be able to put those on. The next thing that I would recommend bringing is a board game. I brought with me Apples to Apples. Someone else on the floor also had Cards Against Humanities, which we ended up playing more of. And then we also had Mafia, which is like, what do they call it? Werewolf or something like that. Very similar. And so anytime we just wanted to chill and hang out and not whatever party or something, we were able to do that. It was a lot of fun. We were able to bond, and it's just nice to be able to have that alternative. Next up, I would recommend bringing a shower caddy and a mat to put it on. This was my shower caddy that I used for the shower. So I had my shampoo, conditioner, body wash, soap, razor, face wash, toothbrush, and toothpaste because I did that in the shower, all in here, and so I could just take this when I went. I also had a second shower caddy. Disregard the stuff that is currently in here. But this one I would use if I wasn't going to shower and I was just going to wash off my face and brush my teeth and stuff. So it was nice to not have to bring that one because obviously it is a lot bigger and my shampoo and conditioner are pretty cumbersome. And so yeah, anytime I just wanted to brush my teeth and wash my face, I could just move out some of my stuff and put it in here and then bring it with me. I also had like lotion and stuff that I just kept in this all the time. Finally, along with that, I had this. I kept my shower caddy on top of my closet rack on the top shelf, and I put this underneath it. And so obviously when you get out of the shower, your shower caddy is wet and you don't want to put it down on rather the carpet and have that be gross, or on top of the shelf and have that disgusting. So this was just good to keep it on, and then I didn't have to worry about ruining any surfaces. Next up, I would recommend bringing a clothes drying rack. Next, I would recommend bringing a bathrobe and flip-flops. Obviously, you're going to need flip-flops if you have a communal shower. I should say I was in a traditional style dorm, and so when you walked in our room, we had a closet that was shared, a dresser that was shared, a mirror, 2 twin extra long beds, desks, and a shelving unit. And that was about it. So we didn't have a kitchenette, and we shared a communal bathroom with like 15 girls on our floor. We had 3 shower stalls and 3 like bathroom stalls that we used. So when you're going to the bathroom, some people would bring clothes with them. It's way easier to just have a bathrobe, walk to the bathroom with that, and then put it on as soon as you're done, and then leave all the changing to your room. I would also recommend bringing a pair of slippers. Whenever you're on your floor, they're great to use inside your room. My roommate would wear them down to the dining hall. I didn't do that as much because it did get muddy a lot, especially in the winter time. I had a pair of Adidas sandals, the ones that you can like wear socks with, that I wore a lot down to the dining hall. Also, we wore flip-flops a lot, but it's your home. The next thing I would recommend is bringing a desk mirror. We, as I said, had one inside of our dorm room, but you don't want to bring your makeup to that every morning to do it. Then my roommate had a really big mirror that she had on her desk, and then as well the little one. I just had the little one, and I found that was all I really needed. It was a dual-sided, dual magnification mirror, and it was nice to be able to just sit at my desk and do my makeup in the mornings. Next, I would recommend bringing a full body size pillow. I obviously, as I said, had a twin extra long bed, and you think that having a body size pillow would take up too much room, but I honestly feel like it extended the width of your bed, because then I was able to like cuddle up against it on the wall instead of having a cold wall there all the time. It was also nice because when it was during the middle of the day, people could sit on my bed, and it kind of acted as a bit of a backrest. Finally, I would recommend bringing command hooks. I had 2 different styles of command hooks that I brought. One were these ones, and these are just 0.5 pound little hooks. These are what I put my Christmas lights on, and we had stockings that I hung up at one point as well. I actually used the clear version of these, but evidently I'm running out. But these were really great, and as long as you adhere to the instructions, they stay on really well. The other kind of command hooks that I had were the strip kind, and I had a huge world map that was actually quite heavy that I hung up on my wall, and these, as long as you use 4, are supposed to be hold up to 16 pounds, and I used these and had absolutely no issues with that falling down. I also hung up a Beatles poster that was wooden on the wall as well and had no issues. So these were a huge lifesaver. Obviously, you're living in your dorm for 8 months and you want to make it feel homey, and stuff like that make that possible. I also had what was kind of a headboard made of Instagram photos that was really nice and personal, and it was actually kind of funny because especially when we were getting to know each other at first, I would reference one of my friends, and my roommate would ask me if they were on the wall, and so I'd point to them, and she got really good at like putting faces to names and knowing who was who. So, and then obviously anytime I looked at the wall, it was nice to know I had friends out there somewhere. That's gonna be about it for today. These are just some tips that I have for surviving your dorm room. Obviously there's a lot of other stuff that you're gonna need to bring to university, but these are some things that I think a lot of people do end up forgetting, but are really useful and make your experience a lot nicer. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up and be sure to subscribe. Thanks so much for watching.